Hi, it's Amy, and today I really want to talk about my oldest son. So I have three boys um, who right now are all teenagers. It is so much fun. Um, it really is. And I feel like, and maybe every parent feels this way, but I feel like my kids are the most phenomenal human beings on the planet. Um, and my oldest, especially, there's just something about this kid that is pure gold. Um, and one of my favorite things is seeing Facebook memories of all three of my boys, but especially this kid because um, he's one of a kind. Um, he well, right now he is in college and he's just living his best life, his best college life. And he's smart and he's handsome and he's funny. He's just really witty and sarcastic and um, he's like great to be around and he cares about people and he cooks and it's like he's just got everything. And what I love most about him is that he is totally comfortable just being himself. And for someone like me who spent so long just wanting to fit in and wanting so much to just be like everyone else and never was, to see him just embrace being different, being quirky, being weird is so refreshing to me. Um, he dresses up a lot. That's his style. And so he's always wearing ties and sport coats and button downs and sweaters and he looks really sharp and you can imagine on a college campus, like I was there to visit him, and there's kids, everybody's in sweatshirts and pajama pants and here's my kid all dressed to the nines. And I just love that about him. Like he is his own person. So one of my favorite pictures of him ever popped up in my Facebook memories today, which is what sparked this um, topic. And I mean, just look at this kid. I just, um, this was 7 years ago, so he was 12, and this is at the elementary school gym, and I think one of his brothers was playing basketball, and this he's just hanging out. Like this is not posed. This is not. This is not like he's doing some sort of bit, or this is just him standing there watching his younger brothers play basketball. And I told him once, and it's still fitting to this day, but I told him once that he was a combination of Johnny Depp, Tim Burton, and Bill Nye the Science Guy. And he really is. And it's like when other kids were dressing up like superheroes, for Halloween, he was dressing up as a mad scientist. And when other kids wanted to be doctors and, firemen, he wanted to be a space dentist. And it's just everything about him is unique. And, I mean, the kid is a true masterpiece. And sometimes I can't even believe that, like, I created that. It is easily, my children are the greatest things that I have ever done in this lifetime and probably ever will. Um, and, sometimes I, I feel like I can't take all the credit or any credit, like, well, he's his own person, it's not because of me, or I've even thought sometimes, like, he is who he is, like, in in spite of me, right? Like, because that's not, I wanted so much to fit in, and clearly he didn't get that um, gene. And I hope that's because of how I've lived my adult life. And, I'm finally at the point where I've, you know, healed and I can see my gifts and where I'm special and different and unique and quirky and weird. And I can see where some of that plays out in him. And, as much as he probably wouldn't want me to say he was like me, it's like he is so not like me and so much like me at the same time. And he is easily one of my favorite humans on this planet. Um, he's just, he's really amazing. And I think, you know, I know that there's a lot of, you know, we think about missing our kids when they're little, those, um, when they're just little boys, right? And all the cute little things, and when they would want to snuggle and all of that. And I have to say, I think I enjoy him as an adult, his own autonomous, adult person more than anything. I love spending time with him. Um, and we can still do fun things together. Like before he just went back to school last weekend, and on Friday, he and I had a movie night. We watched WALL-E, um, which was the first movie that we took him to in the movie theater. So, it holds a special place in our hearts, and he really loves that movie. And, so it's like just these little things where I can remember him as that little kid in the movie theater, with his popcorn and his first movie, and at the same time, just really appreciate how he's grown and what a wonderful man he has become. Um, yeah. And it's also funny, he definitely looks older than he is, which sometimes is um, interesting. Like we'll be out and I'll want to like explain to people that like, hey, my kid's only 19, 19. I'm not that old. um, and he has beautiful features and he has the most piercing blue eyes. Um, just I mean, you can get lost in them, and he has beautiful hair. And it's funny because my almost 16-year-old says that his best feature is his facial hair. And it's kind of funny because, I mean, I've known, grown men who can't grow a full beard, and this kid, I don't know what he does. He just like wakes up and he's got this amazing um, beard that grew in. It's like the kid, I don't know where some of this comes from, and it just makes him even more handsome. And, I definitely want time to slow down a little bit. Like, I want him to really just enjoy these years in college. And I know he is, and I know he has friends and activities, and he's doing all the college things and having a really good time. And I'm so grateful because like he's so mature and he's so responsible, and sometimes, you know, I'll want him to just be a kid for a minute, or um do something crazy, or like live. I just keep telling him like anytime you have an opportunity for a new experience, a new place to visit, a new place to travel, like go for it. So I think him and his friends are thinking about going to Canada for spring break, and because they're not far. I mean, he's in upstate New York, so it's only a couple hours, I think, for them to get to Canada. And I can remember doing that when I was in college. Me and my girlfriends went to Montreal for spring break. And of course, it's like you go to Canada because the drinking age is 18, right? And I think we were 19 um, at the time. And of course, we're just so excited to, go to bars and order drinks and feel fancy. And here we are in Montreal in March in like mini skirts and stilettos, and it's snowing, and we had no business, no business um, being there. But the memories, like we just had the greatest time and we laughed, and I will never forget that trip ever. And I hope that's what he experiences too. And yeah, so that's my boy Cam. And then I'll leave you with that.